Just saying. The computer has like, yeah, it looks like so weird. All right. Anyway. Okay. So I'm Andrea. In case you guys didn't know, I'm Andrea over here in Ocala. I'm the broker owner of Great Expectations Realty. That's the stuff behind. But yes, and this is my gorgeous daughter, Lexi. She is, she always keeps me on my toes. That is for sure. She has done that for 14 and a half years and counting. So yeah, I don't know. Should I tell some funny stories about you?
Not yet.
Not yet. What, you want more people on here?
No, I just wish to like get settled in.
Get settled in. You're like practically falling asleep. So in case we're a little out of it today, we both decided to do the 75 hard challenge. Have you guys heard of this nonsense? So yeah, I've tried it a couple of times. I've never made it to 75 days. I keep trying. I'm like, so last time I got sick, through nothing to do with the 75 part. I just got sick. Anyway, but what it is it's more of a mental challenge than anything else. And you are supposed to drink a gallon of water every single day. You are supposed to, oh, good grief. What else? You have to do 2 workouts of at least 45 minutes each. You are supposed to, you're supposed to be on some kind of diet. They don't care which diet, but you're supposed to be on some kind of diet. And then you're supposed to take a selfie of yourself every single day. And you're supposed to read 10 pages of nonfiction every single day. Without fail, every single element of it. If you forget one thing, you forget to take a selfie, your progress picture at any point, you have to start back at day 1. If you get sick and don't feel like working out, you have to start back. It doesn't matter if you're on day 74 and a half, you have to start back on day 1.
That's what happened to me when we went camping.
So hard.
We went camping. It was super cold out.
And, super cold. It really.
I was on
cold for us anyway.
I think I was on like day 13.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mom was like, you should get your water from the cooler. And the cooler's outside.
She wouldn't leave the tent because it was warm.
And also, if I drink a lot of water, I'm going to leave the tent a lot.
Yeah. I did warn her. I was like, I am not even going to start until we're done with this camping trip because I know the first few days, especially of drinking a gallon of water, you are basically, it's like a revolving door for the bathroom. You have to pee so much. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you guys are doing this kind of nonsense or not, but that's what we've been up to lately. It was interesting. It was, so far.
We're doing it right now.
Yeah, so far, so good.
I'm on day 2. She's on day 1.
Yeah, she had to start yesterday, so I will be a day off. Sorry. But yeah, I am not a morning person and I am not enjoying the gallon of water. Everything else is okay. I can deal, but that.
Hi, Jan.
Hey, Aunt Jan. Aunt Jan up in she's in Gainesville, but it's Gainesville, Georgia-ish, sort of. Anyway.
We're doing 2 lives on TikTok and YouTube, by the way.
We are doing TikTok and YouTube live at the same time, just to see if we could. I really want to do Facebook live as well, just to have like the trifecta of lives. But no, she was like, no, please don't do that. So she's on here because she's going to help me to keep up with the screens, the multiple screens that we've got going on. Anyway, we'll see. So I'm sharing this. This is our home buyer workshop. We used to do this every single month at our office, and I absolutely loved it because it was super new homeowners, people that maybe didn't think that they qualified or didn't know how to get a house or, just it was interesting. We actually had people that would come in and be like, well, I know I don't qualify because of my credit or whatever, but I just want to see like what I have to do to fix that. And then lo and behold, they did qualify actually. And they ended up purchasing a home within like 6 weeks later. And it was like, they never even realized they could. And it was like, yeah, not only can you, but there's all these programs for you and stuff. It was crazy. So I missed it. I really missed it. I missed talking to everybody and having them come in and chit chatting and working with the lenders and stuff. I missed all of that. So, of course, we had to not do that because of COVID. So we basically we tried doing it online, but it just wasn't the same. Yeah, of course, we still got to help people, but it wasn't the same. It's not the same even being on this than it is like sitting down with you and getting to know you. So anyway, now we are bringing it back and I'm so excited about it. So, yeah, so we're going to be answering, if you qualify, what's the process, how much is a basic monthly payment, how much are insurance and taxes and how that translates into it. How exactly do you buy a home? Like exactly what are the steps? And I literally have this huge whiteboard and I just like write it all out for you and stuff. Like these are the steps. This is how you purchase a house in Florida. Because in other places it's different. Like in Pennsylvania, you absolutely have to use an attorney. Not so down here. You can use an attorney, but grand majority of the closings here are done at a title company. So you are wiggling and shaking this whole thing. Oh my goodness. If the camera was wiggling, it's her. She's bouncing everywhere. Okay. But yeah, and then we're going to go over like grants and stuff like that too, because there's some really cool grants that are out right now, and some down payment assistance programs and stuff. So I definitely want to get that information out to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible, here in the area. There was a question as to whether or not we were going to go ahead and do it online as well. But I don't know. The answer is I don't know. Or we'll probably do it, but not on that day and time. Let's see. Mr. Rocho? Hello. Do hardwood floors boost the value of your house? Maybe. It depends on where you're at. If you are up north or something like that, yeah, probably. Here in Florida, not so much. It is really difficult to maintain hardwood flooring here in Florida because of the humidity and the water. We have water issues. We have a lot of water issues because we have too much water, like way too much water. And water does terrible, terrible things to wood flooring. So yeah, no, not so much. Here, you're more likely to get bigger bang for your buck to have a nice high-end tile. That is what would be more value for you. You got to be really careful and get neutral. Also, please, please, please do not put 6 different colors of tile throughout your house. It makes the whole house look like some kind of puzzle piece that is just different puzzle pieces from different puzzles. Or something. It just looks wrong. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, don't do that. My recommendation would be just pick a very neutral, very easy to keep clean, nice tile to put in the house, put it through the whole house. And then if you do want to do different colors and stuff like that, just do an area rug. For Florida, that's what people want. That's what's, that's what they're going to go for. No carpeting. Because again, allergies and stuff are really big down here. So what about sand? That's exactly why. Getting sand into, like, rubbing it into your wood flooring is going to be horrible. Also, in carpeting, you will never get all of that sand out of the carpeting. It just gets into the padding and stays. Like, there's no amount of vacuuming that's going to get that back out. So just know. When are the I have no idea who that is. So, I don't know. Hopefully this is working. I don't know. Everybody is like talking so much more on TikTok. So far, it's just Jan that did a shout out on YouTube. But YouTube is like where all my friends are at. So it's kind of weird. This is just kind of bizarre. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this again. But every Monday night at 6 p.m. We go live on YouTube. So I just figured I would bring some of my TikTok peoples into the fun. So since I'm here, why not? But I have noticed that you get a lot more trolls on TikTok, but you also get a lot more conversation and stuff too. Like YouTube, y'all are shy. Like, well, except for Aunt Jan. I mean, hello, she's related to me, so of course she's not shy, like at all. But yeah, for the most part, I've noticed that like on YouTube, it takes a while for people to like start conversating. Anyway, let's see. What else is going on? We've got FAFO this Friday. Yeah, Fine Arts for Ocala is going to be downtown on Friday night. So it's First Friday Art Walk is what we will be doing. Stop it!
What?
No, you still have one more workout to do with me tonight. Yeah, we'll probably be doing like yoga for bedtime or something. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, we have Fine Arts for Ocala is coming up this Friday night. There was, let's see, what else? Oh, guess what's playing at the Marion Theater? Guess what's playing? What's playing? The Princess Bride. Yeah, I'm going. I'm so going. I have never seen that on the big screen, and I can't imagine anything better than seeing The Princess Bride on the big screen. All of the swashbucklery kind of thing. I don't know. I think it would be awesome. So you want to go? Yeah, we're going to go. Okay, we're going to go. So yeah, so they're playing The Princess Bride in Marion Theater, downtown Ocala. And Jen says, the best. It is the best. The lines, the one-lines. I hear those lines all the time. It was a movie that just changed things. It was just, it's awesome. Absolutely amazing. Amazing movie. So yeah, of course we have to see that on the big screen. I'm so excited. So excited. Let's see. Oh. She's like looking at this and telling me who's being the troll.
What was that?
I don't know. I need more coffee before I do this. I need to drink coffee at like 4 p.m. just so I can be like, I'm awake. I don't know why. It's probably just because it's so dark outside. That's probably why. What? We're going what?
We're going on like walks and jogs every day. So.
Yep. We gotta like.
Excuse me.
Oh, is it like Insta block?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. I mean, it normally takes me a lot longer to block somebody. See, again, YouTube, I don't have that issue. Look, everybody's just chilling out.
There. You'd never know. You'd never know.
Y'all got to show up more. Okay. Mm-hmm. But last week, it was my fault because I was not on here. I thought I was going to be able to be on here. I was not. I was traumatized from the woods. I was like, so we went camping in the Ocala National Forest last weekend. Tent camping, that I need to put in there. We have a tent heater and everything, but we didn't use it because that was also kind of scary. Anyway, it was cold. Like, it was so cold. It was not fun at all. We went to Juniper Springs, which I've been wanting to go to Juniper Springs literally for years. And it's so hard to get in there, even just for the day use. So many people go there that we weren't able to get in. It's just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. So over Christmas, nobody was going to be there. So I was like, this is perfect. So I went ahead and booked it. It was the coldest weekend in 40 years. It was cold. It was in the 20s. Okay. And there we are, tent camping. And we don't do cold, like at all. We can't do cold. It was bad. It was so bad. Okay, we have a message in here came in that says, do you know what places in North Florida, I mean North Central or North Florida? Because North Florida would be like Tallahassee and Jacksonville technically, right? Are the most like Orlando aesthetically? Because I'm trying to move to Florida, but I can only move 5 to 6 hours down from Atlanta, Georgia max. Ooh. Okay, well, aesthetically, yeah, no. It's like, because I mean, Orlando is like that's the mouse house, man. Um, that's really hard. Uh, I guess, I guess Jacksonville, because there's not really. I mean, there's not much in between, like Gainesville and Atlanta. Like, there's not. I mean, there's just really not that much in between those. Um, I mean, maybe was it Lake City? Lake, yeah, Lake City. But there's not that much over there. I mean, I was really excited a few years back. They got a singular Starbucks. I think they've got two now. I'm not for sure. I know for sure they still got one, but it's not.
I'm an Orlando native. I really wish I could move back. I'm grasping at straws as well.
Yeah, you're hoping for something that don't exist, man. And Jacksonville, even though as far as population wise, it would be a similar size as Orlando. It's not Orlando. It's not. I lived there for a few months. I got over it real quick. It's just not. No. It's just no. I definitely didn't want to be raising my kids there, and I didn't even have kids yet. I was just like, for future children, this is a no. So, yeah, it's not the same as Orlando. It's size wise, maybe, but that's about it. So, I'm probably going to go with. If you really love Orlando, get a job in Orlando. Come on. I'm an Orlando native. I really wish to move back. Okay. No. No. Just, maybe Savannah, Georgia. That's kind of pretty. Well, no, Orlando is the mouse house. I mean, yeah, no, Orlando's Orlando, man. It's special. It's something. That's like Miami. Miami is its own special place. There is no duplication. It is what it is. So yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh no. No. Let's see. Anyway, all right. So, what else have we got going on? Are you sure I can't comment on that one? No. Okay.
Yeah, there's only one Orlando right now.
Sorry. Yeah, even Ocala people will come into Ocala because it's close. Maybe they want Orlando, they love Orlando, but they move to Ocala because it's less expensive and it's only like an hour away. And then they're severely disappointed. Ocala is fantastic. It is a fantastic place to live. I love all the stuff there is to do and see, and it's just a fantastic place to raise kids. But it's not Orlando. If you love Orlando, you gotta live in Orlando. That's really the only thing that you can do. But yeah, but for me personally, Orlando's too big. There's too much traffic. It drives me insane. I don't like going to a restaurant and waiting 45 minutes. And that seems to be like, unless you eat dinner at 4:00, it seems to be the norm. I don't like how big it takes, like 45 minutes to get 5 miles. It's crazy sometimes. So I'm going to go with, it's not for me. So if I were trying to duplicate Ocala and I moved to Orlando, I would be disappointed too. So just go where you love. Just go where you love.
Thank you, Matt and Lexi, for the follow.
Ooh, we got followers. I love it when we get followers.
Hello, ladies. I'm in Ohio, and I would love to move to Ocala. Currently renting, but need to buy. How do I get started? I need to give notice in June here. Okay.
Okay, so you're in Ohio. Oh, you're in all the cold and the snow. Bless your heart. Oh my God. Currently renting. Okay, so if you are giving notice in June, it's a good time to move up there. It's not so great down here because you'll get down here and it'll be like July and August and be like, why is the sun trying to kill me? But that's just, yeah, I can't take it anymore. Well, then maybe you'll enjoy the sun. I don't know. I would say just go ahead and I mean, first off, you need to be able to pay for your life here. So if you can transfer with your job, that would be the first thing I'd check into. If you can't, then I would go ahead and try and seek employment down here. Once you have employment, then you know what your income is going to be. You know basically what side of town you're going to need to live on, which is a huge factor because our county is massive, like massive. It is almost the state of Connecticut. So you kind of need to know like what side of the county you're going to be working on. That's kind of important because you don't want like a 45-minute commute. And here, a 45-minute commute is like 40 miles. Like it is a full on, it's a full commute. So you're going to need to basically start with the employment and then go from there. If you want to do a rental, you can do a rental. We actually have a program at our office where if you rent and you go ahead and sign a year lease and then 6 months in, 7 months in, something like that, you're like, hey, I'm ready to go ahead and purchase. I now qualify to purchase a home. Then you can go ahead and break your lease. And when I say that, we actually pay your fees to break your lease if you use one of our real estate agents. So it kind of works out for the buyer, it works out for the seller, it works out for the homeowner, it works out for everybody. So that's what we do here. But I don't think I've heard of anybody else doing that program. So just check into it and see what options are available to you, but probably start with the work first. Your hand is right over my head. She's gonna block somebody else on TikTok. I told you it's like full of trolls out there. It's crazy.
I'm looking at Advent Hospital. Also, Aladi just joined me a few seconds ago.
Where? There or here?
Oh.
Hi, Aladi. She's out sick. She's not feeling good. Yes, I can see. I'm looking at Advent Hospital. There, if you work in any kind of healthcare, you're going to have absolutely no problem getting the job. No problem at all. There's, Advent, there's Shands. There's a new Shands Hospital coming in. There's a new Ocala Health that's being built in Denellen. There is the VA hospital / clinic that they just built. I think it just opened in the fall. So maybe 3 or 4 months old. So yeah, there's a lot. And then of course, if you go down to the villages, there's a whole slew of healthcare that they need down there. So, there's just all sorts of stuff that would be open to you. But again, because you have all of those opportunities and they are all over the county, I would definitely say, figure out where you're going to work first. If you're working at Advent, great. Which one? Because they have a lot of different kind of emergency rooms and stuff that are standalone throughout the county. So that's an option as well. So they have the Advent Hospital, which is kind of downtown. And then what they've done is because Ocala is so spread out, they've done these little emergency rooms that are kind of all over. So they've got one in Bellevue, they've got one in Silver Spring Shores, they've got they're just kind of all over the place. So you may end up being in one of those instead. So I don't know. Okay. My house is for rent via you, Andrea. Oh, okay, cool. And it's near walking distance from the hospital for ranch community. For any of the audience wanting to Ocala. Good plan. So actually, I was just putting up all of the properties that are available for rent. I was just updating that. So it is, okay. So the TikTok is distracting because basically it's just a whole bunch of trolls on there. So Lexi's just sitting there giggling, watching the nonsense, but she keeps blocking people.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Somebody asked me where top is from. I got it from the store. I'd have to check the tag. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, Lexi does not shop at regular stores. She doesn't like them. She only shops at thrift stores. I beg her to go to the mall all the time, and she's like, no. And she looks so horrified. I'm like, they have Starbucks. Like, no. But I got so anyway, but yeah, if you want to
look at some of the rentals that we have available. Go to Great Expectations PM, like for property management, pm.com. You can also get there from our regular website, which is greatexpectationsrealty.com. But yeah, for faster service, go straight through the link. Go to greatexpectationspm.com. And if you do not want to spell all of that out, you can also put in GER.PM.com, and that'll get you there too. So all of those
just kicked on so loud. I was like,
So-
Roger.
So if you want to go on there, you will look at, there's all sorts of homes available, and you can even fill out an application on a house such as Venetia's that you would like to take a look at. So I think we actually have some of our rentals up on YouTube, actually. So I think we've started putting them on TikTok and YouTube as well. Normally they're gone and rented so quickly that we never have the chance to put them on YouTube. But because of the holidays and everything, we actually had more vacancies than usual. So we actually got to go and do some videos and stuff and put those up. So that was it was different. It was nice. But yeah, I met with all the property managers today, as I do every Monday. And they were like, yeah, we got this application in, that application. So the houses are going to go really, really quickly. But we do have some more coming up too. So currently living in New York City, looking forward to relocate to Ocala. That's quite the culture shock.
Yeah.
Currently a CNA who works in a hospital here in NYC. Definitely will look into Advent Health. Very cool. Yeah, Advent is good. There's also, like I said, Shands is building a hospital down here, but they actually have this huge, massive teaching hospital. And it's one of the best in the country up in Gainesville, and that's basically just north of Ocala. So there are a lot of people that live in and around Ocala that work up there. So it's really easy to get to. So yeah, you can do Shands, you can do VA Clinic, you can do Advent, and Ocala Health. Ocala Health is the other one. So yeah, lots of opportunities, especially in healthcare. And then the villages. I forgot about the villages. Can't forget the villages. So that might be an option as well.
I'm tired of the city life.
I'm tired. Well, I can understand that, but at the same time, you're going to be so used to just like walking around. I heard there was something we were watching. What was it? Person of Interest the other night. I know it's an old show, but we love it. So we were watching that, and they were like, "Oh, this person doesn't have a driver's license," and they're like, "Oh, a lot of people in New York City don't have a driver's license," and I'm like, "How do you get anywhere? Like, it just." Like, it doesn't.
Yeah, we definitely don't have the greatest public transportation system.
No, we have
a bus system.
We do. We have the SunTran, but it's
not amazing. It's not one of our strong suits, I will say, as someone who rides the bus.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can get to you can get to the mall. You can get to various schools.
Yeah.
You need a driver's license.
Or
really good legs. I don't know how sedentary you are. But,
well, if you live in New York City, you probably walk a lot. I mean,
it's very true.
Pretty much to get anywhere, you have to walk a lot.
Yeah, people don't because of the trains and the buses. Y'all are lucky. As much as I want walkable cities, y'all find yourselves looking for public transportation. I drive.
That's awesome. You will be driving here. It takes 15 minutes to 20 minutes to get pretty much anywhere. You want to go to the store? 5 to 10 minutes, depending on where you're at. Sometimes 15 to 20, depending on where you're at. But yeah, it's like, okay, I'm going to run up to Walmart. All right, 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to go to the bank. 15, 20 minutes. It's like, no matter where you're going, it's like 15 to 20 minutes. That's how long it takes. So yeah, just kind of crazy. Unless you're like right in the city of Ocala, which very few people actually are, because it's annoying. I don't want to do it. I don't know about you, but I don't want to do it. But yeah, in Ocala, you pretty much are going to have to drive. It's just not even a question. So But yeah, Lexi, she's trying out the public transportation system, and there's like an app, so I can actually like monitor her and see exactly where she's at and everything with the buses, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. But yeah, it was funny. But she got at a few points she had to get out and walk a considerable distance. So,
Yeah, not the greatest. Because here's the thing, the bus app isn't always accurate.
Yeah.
So one time it was like about to rain and the bus app said here's a bus station. And I'm standing there, there's no bus sign, and in my experience, if there's no bus sign, they're not gonna stop for you. So I'm like, okay, where's the next one? It starts raining, starts thundering, starts lightning. I'm like, uh-oh, I'm going to die. Because I'm out here in like downtown area, and I had to find one like so far away that I found it. Then as soon as I got on there, it stopped raining. So
well, it's Florida rain, so during the summertime, it rains every single afternoon for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. It's kind of like driving. So yeah.
Thank you.
Aw, that was nice. Somebody on TikTok just said my daughter is pretty. So, but yeah, it's interesting. I definitely, I don't know. I rode buses a lot as a teenager. Just getting to jobs and going here, there, and everywhere. You have to. You don't have a driver's license, you're toast. So, yeah. But she's tried it out, and she definitely thinks, calling 1-800-MOM is the better option, or riding her bike. She rides her bike a lot. So.
Well, I mean, now I go to school at a different time, so yeah.
Right. Yeah, she used to go to school in the mornings, and then afternoons were freedom. But now she's in afternoons. She does half and half.
Activities for preteens in Ocala. Oh God. Well, I mean, it depends on what you like, because we do have a lot of stuff to do. We have tons of stuff.
It's primarily outdoor stuff. So.
Yeah. If you're asking for your own, her driver's license right around the corner.
No.
It's so scary.
I prefer the bus.
If you're asking for your own preteen, I would be like, hey, are they artistic? Are they athletic? What do they like? Because we have a lot of art programs. We also have a lot of we have a new my 13-year-old daughter. Oh my gosh!
So she's only 1 year younger than Lexi here.
We have a lot of art programs. I mean, we just talked about FAFO, right?
Yeah, FAFO was this weekend. So there is basically all of downtown Ocala is Fine Arts for Ocala. It's First Friday Art Walk. And so there's going to be artists and art all over the place, musicians, and you can just walk every which way and chat with the artists. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really interesting to go and walk around and see. And then it's from 5 p.m. to 9, I think. But they also have activities for kids and stuff. It's totally free. You just walk around and check it out.
Love to draw. Me and her both. Okay, let's see. Well, okay. What would you say? I don't know.
Well, there's more opportunities. Yeah, there's more opportunities here than Lexi takes advantage of. She's already in an art program over at the local high school called Mecca. It's
amazing.
Yeah, it's a really, really good art program. So she's in that. It's like an art and theater thing. So I don't know what Mecca stands for. What is Mecca?
Marion County something Alliance.
Cultural Alliance?
Cultural Alliance.
Okay, well, there we go. So yeah.
Okay, but
they made friends. Okay.
There's also a thriving theater, which I mean, I know you didn't say anything about theater, but because I'm in the neighborhood. Well, I didn't say that, but if they're an artistic soul, they'll definitely love the theater that we have, Valley Art Center and Marion Theater. Awesome. They always have stuff going on.
What about the Ocala Civic Theater too? So they have
that one too.
Yeah, they have a kids thing during the summer. So there's actually a production specifically for preteens, teenagers, stuff like that. I don't know, are they into music at all? Because there's a lot of youth music stuff as well.
Yeah, there's a
So
lot of youth programs that are bigger. I know you mentioned that you're looking into your Advent hospital. So if you're looking for something that's going to like take them for longer besides school, I would definitely look into some of the recreation programs. That we have.
yes. So yeah, if they're really into art, I would definitely say trying to get into Westport area. So southwest side of Ocala would probably be better. We have school choice here, so you can actually be anywhere in the county, but then you're going to have to drive them back and forth, which is not ideal. So, if you would want them into the art program, that's definitely an option. Also, the art program, it doesn't matter what school they go to. If they get into the Mecca art program, then they go to Westport. But again, you have to drive them. So, yeah, not so much fun.
Is there any neighborhood to stay away from? I mean, in any city, there is. It's hard to answer that.
It is hard to answer that because, of course, there's fair housing and all sorts of issues where if I say, oh, this is a good neighborhood and this is a bad neighborhood, well, what makes it a good neighborhood? What makes it a bad neighborhood? Exactly. And unfortunately, in years past, that was, it could be, racially motivated. It could be blockbusting or redlining or something like that. So, yeah, I'm going to go with you will figure that out really quickly once you come down here. But am I going to announce to the world here, this is a bad neighborhood? No, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. I like having a real estate license.
Don't mind driving them. I do that here in NYC.
Oh, okay.
No, there you go.
Then you're good. All right. So pretty much anywhere. You can live pretty much anywhere. But I would try to get them into the Mecca program. There's an audition, but they just have to submit some of their artwork.
The audition really isn't anything. Like I look back at what I submitted to get in there.
It was very good. You were like 12 at the time. It was fine. For your age, it was great.
Yeah. I would just say just don't worry about it. Like, they don't have to be Michelangelo.
Yeah. No. If they have any interest in art, they'll be fine.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Let's see. But yeah, so also the really cool thing with Westport and the reason that we absolutely love it, is because they actually have dual enrollment right on campus. So Lexi here is 14 and she starts her college courses this summer. And just like, remind me. And it's right on campus. So when she graduates high school, she'll graduate with her associate's degree and it's free of charge, including all the books. And if you have done any college courses lately, you know that those books can be $300 a piece. So yeah, so our son actually graduated from Westport. He graduated with his associate's degree. It was awesome. And then we get, the kids have something called Bright Futures Scholarship if you're a Florida resident. So he was able to use that at the college, and like I said, he already had his associates. So he basically had more money. So it was good.
Wow, that's amazing.
I like it. Like Michael is our son is he's 21. He is not overly ambitious, would be a good way to say it. He's just kind of more, low key, whatever. So he was like, oh no, I'm not gonna get the associate's degree. I'll take a couple college courses, but I'm not gonna do the associate's degree. So I had to explain to him. I took him to the bookstore, the college bookstore, and was like, check out the prices. It's 2 years of your life and thousands of dollars just in tuition alone. I was like, you really want to do this? Yeah, you remember
I remember
the bookstore. Yeah. It made an impression
for that trip.
Yeah. So, they don't realize how expensive it can be to go to college and to pay for books and stuff like that. If you're going to go to college, I would rather you use it on the actual education than on stuff that you don't necessarily need. So I don't know. But yeah, so he graduated high school. He graduated Westport with his associate's degree in hand, which was cool. And we're hoping Lexi's doing the same, so that they can be, it's 2 years of your life and thousands of dollars. So why not? And again, it's all at the same high school. It's just the way you take classes is just a little bit different. And also you're going to be doing some summer classes, which is just fine because we've always had the kids do summer classes. So
Yeah.
It's just, even when, like, what were you, like 5 or 6 years old, she was still doing something, some kind of books or something over the summer. And then when she went to, you went to middle school. She did middle school, homeschooled, and that was like straight through all year round school. So
now I'm 14 in 10th grade.
Yeah. So how old are you going to be when you graduate?
17, but barely. Like barely. Because my birthday is in May, and that's when school ends. So I'll be 16 when I'm like technically done. But when I graduate, I'll be 17. Barely.
Gotcha. So yeah, it is worth it to do summer school. Just saying. But I don't know. If you can, about the time everybody else is graduating high school, you'll have your bachelor's. And it'll be without student loans. Like, if you can do stuff without student loans, y'all, I'm not going to get up on that soapbox, but those are some craziness. Because it's not like, okay, yeah, we hear this stuff. I've seen this stuff. Over the years, I have seen countless rental applications, countless. And so I've seen the damage that's done strictly by student loans. And it's cruel and unusual.
If you buy her a car, it's a graduation.
Why are you pushing her to drive?
No, yes, please.
No!
Please push her to buy me a car, please.
No!
Please.
No,
please.
Not going to happen. Okay, what's the rule?
The rule as of now is I pay half and mom pays half.
Right.
But for Michael,
oh boy, here we go.
For Michael, she paid all of it because she got so tired of him not driving.
No, he was in college.
The lesson I learned is that if I just annoy her long enough with me not driving, she'll give me one.
That's not how it works. He was in college in Tallahassee.
So college? Okay, got it. Aunt Jan said, I will teach you. See, I already have a teacher. There you go. There you go. Me and you will figure it out.
I am going to ship you to Aunt Jan's house, and you will be in
a small
the mountains. Box. Yes. Aunt Jan, I'm gonna send her to you. Yeah, I want to ship her up to Georgia. Is a lease to own a better option, or just renting is better? Okay. I would do straight renting or straight purchase. First and foremost, I always recommend purchase if you can. I would find out exactly why you don't qualify. I mean, exactly if you don't. So if it's like, okay, you qualify for everything except you need to have 6 months on that particular job. Okay, cool. Go ahead and get a rental for maybe 7 months. So renting is a short-term situation for most of the U.S. New York City is different. Okay, we're not even. That's a whole separate. That is so separate. It's like on a different planet, kind of separate. But for the most part, if you are renting, make sure it's a short-term solution. Your best option for the benefit of your family.
I'm so tired,
go lay down on the couch.
No, I'm good. We only have 15 minutes left.
Okay. She looks so sleepy. That 7 a.m. walk/run did nothing for her.
I was like anxious last night, so I fell asleep at like 12, and then I woke back up at like 2:30, and I finally fell asleep, and then I woke up at like 6:45 for our run.
You should probably get some sleep. There's a couch in there. Go sleep.
There's some blanket. The blanket is so short, guys.
I have a couch and a blanket for her in my office, and she's still complaining. That's
yes, I am
sad.
so complaining.
Oof. Okay, Prissy. All right. So now let's get back to my show. Remember, this is like,
Oh, yeah,
right. Okay. Yeah, no, if you are doing rent to own or lease to own, that is very, very, very predatory, meaning that there's something on your, for some reason, you're unable to purchase or think you can't purchase or think it's, too far away or something like that. So a lot of people who maybe are actually able to purchase or with just a few minor tweaks can purchase a home, they decide to jump the gun and they do a lease option or a rent to own situation. That is not a good idea. They are gunning for you. The contracts are written in their best interest, not yours. It's not your contract, trust me. It is theirs. If you are putting the money aside every payment, so you're paying more than what a rental would pay for, so you're paying extra, and that money is supposed to be going towards your down payment or something like that. If you're late even one time in their contract, they can go ahead and evict you, and they will, because they get your whole down payment plus all of that money put aside as rent. They will want to get you out of there. It is very nasty. I don't like touching anything having to do with that stuff. Now, once in a while, you will see something called owner financing, and that's a little different. That's where the owner of the home only has maybe that one house. They can't have multiple houses or else it gets into another whole situation with mortgages. But let's say they own that house and they're going to finance that house for you. Basically, they're going to act as the bank. Okay, 90% of the time, the seller has absolutely no interest in doing that because it's extremely high risk. Because the only people that are going to be doing that are those that do not qualify for a regular mortgage. However, some investors do that instead of just renting out the house, because that means that they're not going to have to do repairs necessarily. Again, check the contract. But it might be that you move into a house and a month later it needs a roof, and you now have a contract. You've got to put a roof on it. You're responsible for the property taxes. You're responsible for the homeowner's insurance. Normally it's written that you can't do any major renovations. So even if the kitchen looks, older than dirt and the carpet actually has dirt in it that's older than dirt, you can't do anything about it contractually. And that's, it's not a good situation for most of the time. Now, Aunt Jan will actually attest to this. Grandma and Grandpa used to purchase houses, and I know the one here locally that they purchased, they got for $40,000 owner finance, and at the time that was reasonable. The house was in terrible condition, and they put a lot of time, effort, and money into it. Grandpa was in construction. He is a handyman, do-it-yourselfer that can do pretty much anything and everything. And Grandma was extremely particular about how things were done. So it wasn't going to look like, a do-it-yourself special, normally. So, they ended up purchasing it for $40,000. The owner wanted to do owner financing. They did owner financing because he was thinking he was going to make more off of the financing than he was on the sale of the house. So they got a really good deal on the house. After fixing it up, I think it wasn't even 3 years. I think they wanted it 3 years. And they actually ended up selling it after 2 years, and they made a considerable amount of money on it. So that is what I would recommend. Something like that. Okay, sure. You want to move into a shack and you have the ability to turn it into something amazing, and you have the time to do so. If you're working 1 or 2 full-time jobs, you're not going to have the time. You might have the ability, you might not have the time. So just be very, 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 very careful, and remember that those contracts are written to the benefit of the seller, not the buyer. highly recommend you get an attorney for that. Again, normally when you're buying something in Florida, you use a title agent. For this kind of contract, you're going to want an attorney to explain the traps and snares in there and what could happen. They may actually make revisions for you and stuff like that. So, what are you doing? So, I like taking this very serious conversation. She's over here head dancing. I don't know. So,
I'm serving as like an entertainment. If anybody's,
you are entertainment. That is exactly it. She's just dying. I'm not joking. I'm shipping her up to you. Stick her on a Greyhound.
Thank you for explaining it.
You're welcome. Yeah. Best case scenario, go ahead and just talk to a local lender. I mean, don't try and do anything outside of the box. There are definitely situations where you can do that, but just try to go the standard route first. See what it is that you need to do in order to qualify for a regular mortgage would be my recommendation. And there are lots of lenders that will help you.
Aunt Jen said, I wouldn't. Well, it seems the jury's decided. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not driving you up there. It's a long
Wait,
road.
so I'll drive myself because Aunt Jen's going to teach me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can drive Aunt Jan's car through Atlanta. That'll be fun. There's no way you're going to drive on the freeway. I know you.
Not.
No.
They make airplanes.
True. She is going to, actually, she's supposed to be learning Spanish this summer. So she's actually going to go and stay with
this summer. They'll be a little bit late.
Yeah. Not the Jaguar. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I am going for this.
Yeah. So we decided she needs a second language, and Spanish, especially living in Florida or a large portion of the world. Spanish is an excellent language to know. So she was taking Latin to give her a base. Now she's taking Spanish, which book Spanish is awesome, but it's better to have experience in that particular language. So she's going to go and stay with, one family for like a week or two that, they do have some English. And she's going to get used to the area and all of that. And then she's going to level up, and she's going to another family that is strictly Spanish. They have no English. So yeah, should be interesting.
Let me tell you something about my Spanish course. Puerto Rican Spanish.
Can't even speak.
Puerto Rican Spanish is very basic, except for just a couple of seemingly innocuous words. I don't know why. I will say a
basic Spanish,
simple sentence, and then Mom will be like, "No, that's not how you say that. Actually, I'm like, but you said Puerto Rican was like."
Well, yeah, like I think like cake was a different word. I don't know.
Yeah, you said bizcocho.
Yeah,
I'm like, who's bizcocho? Never heard of that one. I learned el pastel. What's bizcocho? She's like, no, I'm not understanding if you say el pastel for cake. I'm like,
so they would understand you. It's just weird.
So like, no, I'm gonna go down there and say like something extremely simple, and then they'd be like, "Why would you say it?"
I mean, you're not gonna blend. They'll just assume it's an American word and move on.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Northern American. Excuse me. You are not American. You are Northern American.
Can't you just speak Spanish at home? I do try. Mom and I have Spanglish sessions.
She drives me nuts. So
yeah, we basically do it until I drive her nuts, and then
because I'll speak to her, and then she'll say, "But why? But why? Why is that? Why?"
Well,
I don't know. That's just how. I mean, in ink, like look at her. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know why I say it in English. I don't know.
No, just that I came when you were mentioning the rental properties on the website.
Yes. Go, if you want to look at some of our rental properties, you can go to GER.PM. So Great Expectations Realty Property Management, GERPM.com. and you can click on rentals and scroll through. The scrolling is a little weird. I haven't figured out how to fix that. But anyway, I don't like it, but I've got somebody working on it right now from Fiverr. We'll see how that works. But yeah, go ahead and go on GER.PM.com, or you can, if you want to type the whole thing out, you can go with GreatExpectationsPM.com. But yeah, it has all of our rentals that are currently available. It doesn't have the upcoming, but it also has all of our property managers, and you can, I don't know, whichever one you think seems nice to you. They've got you can click on their cell phone number or which is their direct line, or their email address. So some of them even have videos up kind of introducing themselves. So if you actually want to talk to a real live property manager, you can click right on that. Just look at our team, and there are several to help you. So I think the number one complaint with property management in our area, I don't know about other areas, but in our area is that they called a property manager and they never got a call back and nobody ever answered their phone. That is crazy. So yeah, you shouldn't have that. So anyway, but you can also go right onto the house, or thank you. You can go right onto the house on the website or the apartment or whatever that you're looking at. You can click through. You can see if it allows pets or how much the rent is. You can see different pictures, and you can actually apply right online. So, and then if you have, questions or comments or concerns, or if you want to set up a showing or anything like that, you can go ahead and do that. And then with our properties, if you put an application in on one house and that house isn't available, if there's one that's a similar price and you've been approved for that price, your application is good for up to 30 days. So if you're like, okay, well, that one didn't work, but what about this one? You can go ahead and do that. So we try really hard not to waste people's application fee.
Ramsey Tuck says, so property managers are responsible for wasp nests right outside our rental condo.
What state are you in?
The way you ask, what state are you in?
I know, because you could be in a different country. I don't know. It's the internet. So if you're in Florida and it's a rental condo, it's probably the COA, the Condo Association Manager, CAO, Association Management.
Silver Spring Shores.
Wow. Oh, okay. You're one of ours. Okay, Silver Spring Shores. So you probably actually need to get in touch with the CAM. So the Community Association Manager. Any of the condos over in the shores are large enough that they have to have a Community Association Manager. By Florida law, if you have more than 9 units, there has to be a CAM. There has to be a person to contact for that. So Community Association Manager. So if you contact your HOA president, they will tell you exactly who the CAM is, and the CAM should and will go ahead and send out somebody for those. So hope that helps.
From New York State, so that.
Oh, fun. Woo! So you're probably on the east side of the lake if you're in the 55 plus ones. I don't know, semi-retired. I don't know if that counts for 55. Of course. So yeah. There's some really cute condos out there. I love Derby Downs? Derby Downs condos are my favorite out there. So cute. They look like little horse barns. They're so cute. And they have the best view of the golf course. And there's all this wildlife and stuff over there. So fairways and yes, yeah. I know exactly where you're at. I used to be the condo queen. That's when I first did property management years and years ago when I was pregnant for her. So but yeah, I had a whole slew of condos that I managed out there for independent owners. So I wasn't the condo association manager. I was or the community association manager. But I did work with her hand in hand. So yeah, because sometimes the tenants would complain to me, but it wasn't something that I could touch because the inside of the condo belongs to the homeowner. The outside of the condo belongs to the association. So the roof and anything from the walls outward. That's actually the CAM, the Condo Association Management.
Renting for now. I'll contact your agency when you're ready to buy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. What a nice compliment. So it's always a nice compliment when people actually utilize our services. So
I know.
I do have people that will like go and buy like a brand new construction home, and they're like, "Thank you so much for your videos. It helped me so much to choose on this builder and this community and this house and everything. I just couldn't have done it without your videos." And I'm like, but you didn't use us. So, okay. I don't know. Sharni's actually gone on there. Oh, you found me on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. Yeah, Sharni, she's hilarious. She is like, she had that happen one time, and she was like, she got on the YouTube video and she's like, let me explain something. I was like, you can't do that. And she's like, yeah, I can. She's like, I am helping people, I'm educating people, but I'm also advertising my business and my abilities and my knowledge. And she's like, yes, I'm going to tell them because they don't know. I was like, okay, you do you, boo. She just cracks me up. She has no fear.
She's a dog.
Yes.
We love Shani.
She is. She's absolutely amazing. She actually just made top producer for December yet again. Today we actually announced it. So yeah, it was kind of exciting. She came in, she actually wasn't going to be top producer for December. And then she came in the last day of the year with a big closing and just blew everybody out of the water. I was like, okay. And the crown for this month goes to you. So yeah, she's awesome. She is a little spitfire though. Woo. She'll tell you exactly what she thinks. Like if your house is going up for sale and it needs to be clean, she will tell you it needs to be clean. You need to clean this house. It's hilarious. So I love her. She's just awesome. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. We are calling it a night, a week, or whatever.
Oh, Sharni YouTube channel is how I thought about you as well. My husband and I spoke about this year. Wow.
Yeah, Sharni's awesome. She really is.
She was in America one time. We spoke about the affiliation to which no yikes. Exactly.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, she doesn't do snow. She doesn't do Orlando either. She was over there for a little while and she was just like, nope, too big. She ended up over here. So we love her. Okay, my Mac is about to go to sleep unless I plug it in. So that is it for me. It's definitely it for her. She was tired before she got on here.
Yes.
And she still has to do a 45-minute workout with me when we get home.
Great seeing you, Andrea, your daughter too. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a great night. And thanks so much for spending an hour with us tonight. We appreciate it. Bye.
Night. Bye. Bye, y'all.